Alrighty, let's head over to some NBA stories. And yesterday, the fans were being savage last night in the NBA playoffs. Jeez, just because you have home court advantage, just because you're at home, doesn't mean you got to be acting savages out here. So we have two instances of fans being absolute savages. I've got no problem if you want to yell and scream, diss and kind of get in the heads. I've got no problem for that. But you cannot be physical at all. You cannot throw things. You cannot spit. And yes, somebody spit. You cannot dump popcorn on somebody. And yes, somebody dumped popcorn. You can't do that, folks. You cannot be doing that. If you want to say whatever you want. I don't care. Racial slurs, I don't endorse it, but I also would not say that. But yeah, maybe I shouldn't say that. Okay. You can say whatever you want besides the racial slurs, and you definitely can't be physical in any capacity. But anything else you want to say, I've got no problem with. But yeah, definitely not the racial slurs. Definitely taking that back. But yeah, say whatever you want. I don't care. But you can't get physical. And I would have no problem with you, yelling, get inside their heads, being like, oh, you trash. Everybody was saying fuck Trae Young in accordance in a big old chant on their first game in Madison Square Garden. So I've got no problem with that. I think it's the game, folks. It's the atmosphere. You're on the road. You're in somebody else's house. They're telling you to get out. That's fine. I've got no problem with that. But you cannot be physical in any capacity, folks. Yes, they're just athletes. They're just regular people, folks. A lot of people, they're just regular people out there. They're more athletic than you. That's why they're on the floor and you're in the stands. But they're still just regular people. And you cannot be throwing stuff. You cannot be spitting. You cannot be punching these players, these people. That's just wild. That's taking it over the top. And there's really no place for that in the game at all. So yesterday, somebody dumps popcorn on Russell Westbrook as he's heading down into the tunnel here. This is after the game. When was this? Fourth quarter, 10 minutes left. Game was basically over. They were down by 17 at this point. But yeah, Russell Westbrook walking into the tunnel and somebody dumps popcorn on him, and then Russell Westbrook flips out and had to have like 8 people hold this man back. And that's one thing. That's why I'm not going to throw anything or say anything wild against an athlete, because they'll beat my ass. You think I want to get into a fight with Russell Westbrook? No, not at all. Not nobody. There's no athlete that I would feel comfortable in a fight with, straight up. Zero. There's nobody. Maybe Tim Tebow. I think I could take Tim Tebow, maybe that trunk neck. I think if I can get a nice firm grasp on it, I think I can whip him around a little bit. But that's it. That's the only athlete that I think I can maybe have a possible chance at taking. But I'm not going to take that shot anyway, because I'm not going to take that chance, because it's not 100% odds I beat Tim Tebow. And I don't even know if it's 50-50. I think it's maybe like 30-70. 30 me winning. Probably even lower. But yeah, I mean, having Russell, this would be frightening. If I was this fan and I dumped popcorn on Russell Westbrook just as like a little bit of a goof, I thought it would be funny, and I did this, and then I saw his reaction. I dropped that bucket and I run for my life. I exit the stadium, I fly home, I move states, I change houses. I cannot have anything tying back to me where I live that Russell Westbrook can find me. But yeah, I mean, he's got the right to be absolutely pissed. I mean, dumping popcorn on me, what the hell? Like, first of all, I'm getting blown out in this game, so I'm already not in the mood for anybody's bullshit. And if you're going to disrespect me by dumping popcorn on me, the gloves are off. So I've got no problem with Russell Westbrook almost beating this man's ass. Unfortunately, they did have enough people to hold this man back, but absolutely unacceptable. And then the 76ers just released this just today. So statement from Philadelphia 76ers, quote, after an investigation into the incident that occurred at last night's game, we have determined that the person involved will have his season ticket membership revoked effective immediately. And how clown do you have to be a season ticket holder, spend all this money, and then still act clownish in the stands? Come on, you gotta be better than that. In addition, he will be banned from all events at the Wells Fargo Center indefinitely. Jeez, man, oh man. We apologize to Russell Westbrook and the Washington Wizards for being subjected to this type of unacceptable and disrespectful behavior. Truly disrespectful. That's just disrespectful. And I'm all about the playful disrespect, like what Tom Brady's been doing, calling Aaron Rodgers a Jeopardy host. That's disrespect, and that's the good type of disrespect. Dumping popcorn on somebody is the bad disrespect. We apologize to Russell Westbrook and Washington Wizards for being subjected to this type of unacceptable and disrespectful behavior, there is no place for it in our sport or arena, and I agree 1,000%. Banning him for indefinitely may be a little bit too far. I think I give everybody a pass, maybe one pass, as long as it's not too bad. And I don't think, like the popcorn dumping, like I said, it's disrespectful, but in the grand scheme, it's not really too physically damning. So I think I would maybe see if I can get, Russell Westbrook and this guy in the same room, see if they can hash it out. And if they can't, then yes, I would say that's fine. Have this man, removed indefinitely. But maybe if it was just like a total misunderstanding, if he truly felt sorry for what he did, I do think that he deserves maybe one more chance just to not act a clown, especially if he's a season ticket holder. He's spending the money. He's committed in that way. So maybe just the moment got to him, and I'm not excusing it, but I do think people deserve a second chance at this kind of stuff, as long as like I said, as long as it's not too damning or just like he didn't punch Russell Westbrook. If he punched him, I said yes, you don't get a second chance at a punch. But a popcorn dumping, maybe you deserve a second chance. So I don't know. I've got no problem. With him being suspended indefinitely and having his season ticket membership revoked. But I would like for there to be an avenue for him to kind of redeem and get back into the stadium, to get back of being a season ticket holder. But I don't know what you would have to do to go about that. I would say Russell Westbrook has to kind of have a say in that. If Russell Westbrook says 100% no, then I think I have to respect that. But if he says, all right, if he apologizes, if he does this, then yes, give him a second chance. But that wasn't the only bad incident last night. This one did not get any big play because Trae Young didn't even notice what happened. I mean, the only reason why we know this is because the popcorn thing came out and this video surfaced. So yesterday at the Atlanta Knicks game in Madison Square Garden, Trae Young is going to inbound the ball and somebody spits on him. Somebody is spitting on him past, it's not courtside, it's the row just back of courtside, and somebody spits on this man. You can see it, and then the people in front of him flinch. Like, what the hell was that? Why is this? But Trae Young didn't really see what happened. I mean, he's involved in the game. He's got no time for this guy's nonsense of spitting on somebody. Now this got no place in the game. This is not the popcorn incident. I do not give you a second chance. If you're going to spit on somebody, that's the ultimate disrespect right there. So I can't even give this guy a second chance. He's out there forever. If he gets found out, he is out of there. There's no second chance. You're not coming back. You spit on somebody. That's almost as bad as punching somebody, almost. Not as bad as dumping popcorn. Popcorn's not as bad as spitting on somebody. But, yeah, I mean, fans are getting wild here. And, I get it. It's a lot. It's high energized. It's high momentum. You got everybody chanting, fuck this one guy. So, you may feel like this is acceptable. It's still not. But you may have just gotten caught up in just the emotion. And we all know Madison Square Garden's one of the most, just historical arenas, and then you got 15,000 fans in the playoffs rocking and roaring, so he may have just gotten caught up in all that. I still think it's inexcusable, and I really don't think he deserves a second chance. But yeah, fans are truly wilding out here, and you can't say whatever you want, just do not get physical, do not spit, do not dump anything on anybody, do not punch, do not shove, just say it, you suck, hey Trae, you suck, you were doing it all the first two games, fuck Trae Young, the chance, everybody's chanting that. People were printing out pictures of birds because people found out that Trae Young is deathly afraid of birds for some reason. So people were printing out pictures of birds, and that's the type of disrespect that's good. Hey, you're afraid of birds? I got a bird right here, and then you bring the picture of the bird to the game. That's the disrespect I like. That's the kind of get inside your head that I like, not spitting and dumping popcorn on somebody. So let's all relax. Let's all tone down as fans. And, these are outliers. These do not represent even 99% of the fans out there. That's why they're outliers. That's why they make the news. That's why we're talking about them. So don't get caught up in this. This is why fans shouldn't even be in stands in the first place. Tone it down, please. Tone down your big old virtue signaling. Not everybody does this. That's why this makes headlines and this makes national news, because it doesn't happen. Not everybody does this. They are outliers. That's why things make the news. They are outliers. Y'all understand the concept? So let's everybody get off their high horse a little bit. Yes, we can kind of, make an example out of these two players, but you don't. I don't even want to say that, honestly. I'm not even going to say that. I take that back. You don't have to make an example out of these two people, but just maybe use these two people to be like, oh yeah, I would never do that. Yeah, this is disrespectful. So that's what people are doing in the NBA, just being absolute wild in the stands. Alrighty, those are all the stories that we needed to cover for today. I mean, let's go back to our timeline here. Anything big news here? Because, Colin said there's big news coming out. So it's been an hour since noon. So let's see if we get anything. It seems like this man got banned too from the Knicks. Here we go. Statement from the New York Knicks. We investigated the matter and determined that this patron, who is not a season ticket holder, so no, did indeed spit on Trae Young, and for that reason, he is now banned from the Garden indefinitely. We apologize to Trae and the entire Atlanta Hawks organization for this fan's behavior. This was completely unacceptable and will not be tolerated in our venue. We have turned the information over to the appropriate authorities. Jeez. So he's going to get in legal trouble potentially too, but yeah, I would definitely, I don't think this man deserves a second chance to get into the stadium. Maybe he does, maybe. But once again, you have to see what Trae Young says, and then there has to be maybe an avenue for this man to get back. But, spitting, I don't know if I can tolerate the spitting. The popcorn dumping, maybe. Like I said, maybe we can excuse and he can get back in. But, yeah, spitting, I'm not sure about that one. So, yeah, can't be wilding out there in the stadiums, folks. Can't be doing that.